hey, if you're a US citizen and you want to protect your retirement and you haven't got our free ebook yet, then you're really missing out. So click on the link in the description and find out how you can secure your retirement and your future today.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, up,
All
Lee.
right.
How you doing?
How's sunny England? How you getting on, Murray? Snowy?
Yeah.
Sunny? Sunny?
Great.
Cloudy, yeah.
100% grey.
Oh, mate, still t-shirt weather here through the day.
Yeah. Very jealous. Very jealous.
It doesn't get like, it doesn't really feel like festive Christmassy like it does in the UK when you get snow and the cold.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah. I'd take the t-shirt whether they're over the festive cheer.
I would.
Absolutely, mate.
I would.
I don't like
Definitely.
de-icing my windscreen in the morning, and I don't like the cold nights and cold mornings.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's England for you. Here we go.
So what we got? A Christmas special?
Yeah, so we want to let everybody know that look, we always say there's no wrong time to invest in precious metals. We're straight into it. There's no wrong time. We always say the only wrong time is tomorrow, really.
Yeah.
But look, there are some times that you can actually get some free metals and it makes a bit more sense. And now is one of those times. So if you're wanting to make a purchase from now until the 27th of December, anywhere in the world, you can get some free metals on top of your purchase. So all you got to do is make a purchase as you would anyway, and you get free metals on top of what you're buying. So it's like an extra Christmas present, an early Christmas present under the tree. That's how we think of it. And whether you've already purchased metals and you're just wanting to add more to your account, or whether you've never done this and you're wanting to get started, now is the best time because you're getting something for free. And we all like something free, don't we? Something extra.
IE metals, Adam, is in gold and silver.
And yeah, so the gold, silver, palladium, platinum, those are the four. Most people invest in gold and silver. But yeah, if you buy any of those, you will get some free metals.
Yeah.
So yeah, literally.
There's been a lot handed out already, Adam, hasn't there? In the first week, we did the numbers on it, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we usually post out each week an accumulation of what's been given out already in free metals. And there's been a lot of people have jumped on it. We always jump on it because why not? We're kind of buying anyway. So yeah, take advantage. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Well, talking of gold and silver, we want to talk about silver today. We want to give you a bit of a deep dive on silver and things that we learned when we started. Me personally, I only bought gold. I used to buy €50 a month of gold. Didn't really know about anything else. I didn't really know about silver. So I thought, just do what you know. And then over time, I started to learn about silver. And it's actually very interesting. There's a lot of things to do with silver that are going on and a lot of uses of silver. And that's when we started looking more at silver and shifting our focus a little bit. So just to say, as James always says, look, none of this is financial advice. This is education, information. It's about us telling you what we do, why we do it. And then, you doing your own research. Don't believe us, question us. And yeah, if it's useful, then great. So let me share my screen and we'll kick off. So like we said, for us, it's not gold or silver. It's gold and silver. We actually look at them together. We don't see them as opposites. Actually, we see them as like, how do you see it, James? Like silver's like the excitable friend of gold, right? Gold's more stable.
Yeah. They're like family, really, aren't they? They're best friends or family, or they've got such a close connection.
Yeah.
They work alongside each other, don't they? They're a very good partnership.
Yeah, very good. If you can
just a quick one before you go into it. You know how big they are on the screen now? Is that the actual size?
100-gram bar of gold is about
it's about that big, isn't it? Something like that. I don't know if you can tell
my
that.
screens.
Yeah.
It's tiny. It's smaller than what you'd think it is.
A kilo of silver is probably about as big as like an iPhone, something like that.
Okay, so that's
That's
about right
about a
size.
kilo. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends what screen you're looking at them on. If you're looking on a phone or on a wide screen, they might look bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, 100
And
grams,
how
something
much
like
is
that.
one of them worth?
A kilo bar of silver is probably £700, maybe eight,
All right.
900 euros, something like that, without the VAT, of course. 100 grams of gold is probably about
Five
five,
grand, is it?
yeah, about £5,000, €6,000, something like
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, so huge difference.
Hmm.
Gold, when you look at gold and you have it in your hand and you think about how much it's worth for the size of it, it's very underwhelming.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
tiny. It really is. Whereas,
Disappointing.
yeah, for the volume. Whereas
Yeah.
silver, you get you get a real big chunk of silver for the value. So yeah, we'll think about it with when we talk about the gold silver ratio, which we'll touch on in a second. If you think the ratio is 80-1, for one iPhone, let's say that an iPhone is a kilo, just to keep it simple. One iPhone of gold, you would have 80 iPhones of silver for the equivalent value. So if you can visualize that, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
So for us, we look at them together. And what we want to say is, look, why silver and why now? You know, is there a good time for silver? Here's why we think silver is actually good now. The first thing that we mentioned before is the gold silver ratio. So the gold silver ratio, we've done other videos on this, but very briefly, it looks at the relative value of gold versus silver and just says, well, which one is the best value compared to the other one, which is best value for money. And the gold silver ratio, anything above 80, as you can see here, let me get this laser pointer out. Anything above this 80 line here is silver territory for us.
Yeah.
The gold silver ratio right now is at 86.
87, isn't it? Yes, it's high.
So it's well in silver territory, meaning silver is cheap compared to gold. And usually what happens is, and this has happened a lot of times in the past, is gold goes up and then silver, there's a bit of a delay, and then silver tends to kind of shoot up. And gold's gone up recently, so we're very expectant that silver would go up as well. Nothing's a dead cert. We don't give predictions about what's going to happen and make price predictions. We're not going to tell you silver's going to the moon next week or anything daft like that. It's just general principles that we've seen over time. But the gold silver ratio works really well with telling you what is good value, gold versus silver. So that's one reason why we like silver. And kind of like when you're making any decision in life, whether you're buying a house or choosing a life partner or anything like that, it's never one factor that you pick. You don't say, oh, this house has got a nice garden, then let's buy it. Or it's got a good location, so let's buy it. It's multiple things. It's the location, it's the garden, it's the bedrooms, it's the blah, blah, blah. Same with a life partner. Oh, they've got a nice haircut, let's go out with them. Multiple factors. And that's what we do with these decisions is there's multiple factors that we stack up together that get us to the conclusion. So the gold-silver ratio is the first reason. The second reason is the mining ratio. So when you look at how much silver there is in the earth compared to gold, is it about 16-1, James?
Something like that, mate, yeah.
So there's 16 times more silver in the earth than gold. But silver is mined as a byproduct. So there's not mines that just go after silver. They're mining other things, and silver is just a byproduct.
Yeah, there's only about 25% or something like that of mines are just for silver, the primary silver mines.
Yeah.
But most of them are mines of like copper mines, copper, gold, lead, zinc,
And the mining ratio is more like 8-1. So although there's the abundance of silver, it's not being pulled out the ground in relation to how much there is. Right. So what that means is you have a supply that is kind of constricted. and you've got an ever increasing demand. So the demand for silver is absolutely huge, and you've got a supply that's constricted. If you look at the different industries that silver is used in, it's mind-blowing. It's used in so many different things you would never even think of, and we'll show you a list of them in a second. And these are the reasons that we think silver is actually really, really undervalued. Really undervalued. Have I missed anything, James, in talking about this?
There's one thing I want to mention there is if you compare it to gold, gold is hoarded. Gold has got uses, but nowhere near. If you compare gold and silver, no, they don't even touch silver. You know, the uses of gold compared to silver. And that's what we look at. And gold, silver is being used up because it's massively used in industry. It's been used up. Where you're not going to see it again. You know, where gold's completely different. Gold is hoarded. Gold is around for thousands of years, where silver's used up. So just look at them two major factors there. That's going to make a difference down the line, isn't it? So silver is it's the most undervalued asset in my view. Personally, it's the most undervalued asset out there. But still, most people ignore it. They just focus on gold. But for us, it's as we've learned more through the years, and the more our knowledge the more knowledge we've gained, the more we've realised that silver's the one we want to be looking at more than gold within precious metals, more than gold, without a doubt.
And the good thing about that is it's more affordable as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we don't like to use the word, but it is a massive opportunity. If people want to get involved with metals, silver, you can get loads of it for your money. And the potential is huge. It fills so many gaps in industry.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, isn't it, Adam? For every 1 gram of gold they mine, they only mine 8 grams of silver. But look at the gold silver ratio. It's not 8 to 1, is it? It's 80 to 1 or 86 to 1 today. It doesn't match up. It doesn't make sense. The reality doesn't make sense to what we're being told, what's out there.
So the forecasted demand is a lot bigger than the supply. So you're getting a squeeze. And that's something that you can kind of zoom out and look at. The other thing is the different properties and uses. So this is where we're gonna show you where silver's used, and you'll be blown away. The different industries, stuff you just think, really, is the really stuff you'll have used. You'll definitely have used. You'll probably have in your house. And it's got some weird qualities, like it's the most reflective metal. It's the highest thermal and electric conductivity of any element. It's antibacterial, non-toxic. You know, all these things that industry just goes, yeah, tick, 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 we'll use it for that. So here's some industries that it's used in. So electrical electronics, solar industry, automotive. I think there's 3 times more silver in electric cars than there is in combustion engine cars. Nanotechnology, investments, obviously, silverware, jewelry. Some of these industries are huge and massively growing. Like the automotive industry, electric cars, you know, love them or hate them. They're on the up. Solar industry, so much that's going to be used in solar. And
what's the figures for that? The consumption of silver in 2014 within the whole silver market was about 5%. You know, went to PV, and the projected this year to be 14%. It's projected to be. So that's like 3 times as much as it was in 2014. But I've noticed with the silver industry, they've actually been a lot more efficient recently. They've actually the level of silver needed for the PV, for the solar panels, has been less. They've been a lot more efficient. But if you look at the future technology of PV and where that's going, for the panels to be more efficient, they actually need more silver. They need a lot more silver. So it's all heading that way.
Yeah. Interesting, though.
So here's some things that you might you might be a bit obvious, but here's some things that are not so obvious. So silver's used in treating warts and corns, media storage, deodorant, keeping milk safe, long life batteries, 3D printing, touchscreen gloves, water purification. Actually, to help people stop smoking, silver's used. Laundry detergent, plastics. Now, there's a whole load of things here that you just wouldn't think silver's used in, but it is. And all of these things aren't, they're not going away. So you've got the, I guess just to zoom out, you've got a supply that is there, but is actually restricted. You've got a price that's low. You've got uses that are either not going away or they're massively increasing. And all of this for us just makes silver like it's ready to go. So plus, as James said, it's used up. So it's not like gold that just gets passed down from one family to the next or one investor to the next and it just keeps doing the rounds. This is something that gets used up and gets scrapped. And as good as recycling is, and as much emphasis that governments put on recycling, you're never getting it all out. There is some that just gets wasted, and that's life. So massive potential, massive potential.
Weather modification's an interesting one, then, isn't it? There, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But China's a big mover, within this market. Massive mover. They'll be one of the biggest, I think, especially when it comes to PV. I think this year they're projected to have created more PV, more solar panels than what just in this year than what the US has in total.
Wow.
In total. So if you look at the figures and do your own research, you'll be like, wow. So
and I guess the other thing that we've talked about before that lays over all of this is inflation is here. Inflation might have gone down, but it's not gone backwards. So the cost of things is still high compared to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that means, fuel's gone up, labor's gone up. All the costs in running a mine, a business, have gone up. Well, the mine aren't going to, they're not going to mine a material for $20 an ounce if it's costing them $25 an ounce. They're not going to sell it at 20 if it's costing them 25. So as their expenses as a business go up, surely the product they're producing has to go up relative to that. Otherwise, what's the point in them doing what they do?
It's not financially viable, is it? It just isn't. And that's why there is not many primary silver mines. They're mainly byproduct mines, aren't they, Adam?
Yeah. So one thing that we've mentioned before, but we want to mention again because it's a huge step forward if people can do it, is there's VAT and sales tax on silver when you buy it. And this can put some people off. They can say, well, why would I buy silver? Because I have to pay 20-25% VAT when buying it. Or they might say, do I have to buy it through a business? Or, it can seem like a hurdle. The way we do it, you do not have to pay the VAT legally. You are exempt from paying it. So please don't let that be a barrier to this, what we think is a very good opportunity for people to get involved with precious metals. Don't let the VAT be a barrier. It can be removed. We don't pay VAT when we buy silver, and all of our customers don't either. It's all about where you store it.
Yeah, that's important, that one.
Yeah, really
key. And can I add something to that, Adam, too, just so everyone understands? You can buy and sell silver, and the silver never needs to leave that tax haven, that vault, as we always call it, like a tax. It's very similar to a duty-free zone, isn't it, within an airport? As long as your silver stays there, you don't pay VAT legally, and it never needs to leave there.
Yeah.
Key point there.
And if you want to get your metals delivered, you have the option to switch your silver into gold and get the gold delivered without the VAT being due, because there's no VAT on gold.
That's another big important one.
Yeah, I think
for
everything that we've faced as far as hurdles and issues and things like that, we've usually found a way around it.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. That's a big one because I know, again, we've mentioned it before, but if you took the silver out the vault, you pay the VAT on the day it comes out, on the value on the day it comes out, not the value you bought it. So if you, let's say you bought silver at $20 an ounce and it went up to $40 an ounce and you said, right, I'm going to get it delivered, you're paying 20% on the $40 an ounce, not on the 20. So you could pay double the tax, you know, on when you don't need to. There's ways around it legally and more in your pocket. Why not?
Absolutely. That's a good one, that, mate.
So these are just some of the reasons, like we said, we just stack all those on top of each other. And for us, that points to silver being, what do we call it? It's a bit of a sleeping giant, isn't it? I feel like
a sleeping giant, without a doubt.
People haven't really woke up to how valuable it is, but we feel like it, it definitely has a huge potential.
It's something that there's thousands of uses, not just tens of uses. There's thousands. If you look it up, there's absolutely. We're so what's the word I'm looking for? Dependent on it.
Yeah.
You know, globally we're dependent on silver. So we would say to people, if you've got spare cash, don't have it sat in a bank. If you don't need it for groceries and things, of course, and to survive, if it's just otherwise would just be sat there. Get it into metals, get it into silver, especially right now with the ratio being so high. Get it into silver and just sit on it. Just sit on it because it's we're just so that says it all, doesn't it? That dependency that we have as human beings on silver is just when you realize that, you think, oh wow, and then you realize how cheap it is. You think, oh flipping heck, I need more. Get in there, you know. And if it's all new to you, just put your toe in the water. Just start small, and just build on it. You know, you don't have to go mad.
And that's some great information. Like we keep on saying, you can start off at 20, 30 euros a month if you like, no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Just start small. You can always increase, and just get confident. I think that's the most important thing. You want to be able to put your head on the pillow at night and not thinking, you know, oh, I've put all this money in silver. You know. Do it where you're comfortable. You being comfortable is the most important thing. We're never going to tell you, look, put everything you've got into metals, because that's not what we do, and it's not the right way to do it. We don't think it's about putting in what you're comfortable with and what you can leave for, say, 4 or 5 years. Let it grow, let it do its thing, and you'll be surprised with what can happen. We've got the benefit of hindsight because we've done it.
Yeah, we've seen the results, haven't we? So it's easier for us in that sense.
Yeah.
But you've got to get started and do it to see the results, haven't you? So
yeah.
It's great information where we started these videos I don't know 3-4 months ago. And how you've basically you've educated me. That's 100% because I was clueless. I was exactly like everybody else from the beginning of this. I thought you had to invest loads, and it kept putting me off. And it's not that at all. It's so easy to get started, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And the information you guys provide along the way, it's like it is a get richer plan from what people are used to. And like we said before, this education should have been given in schools when we were children, and it's not.
We think so.
It's hidden from us. So we go into the spider's web, as they say, where you just stay there and you don't make any money. Everything is just beaten out of you. You can't get a foothold on the ladder, and you can't get ahead. And this is the way around it. So it's great, great information on the metals, guys.
What you don't know, Lee, hurts you. We've always said this. What you don't know financially will hurt you. You know, it hurts people all the time. The things we discuss, and that's why we think you should know. Everyone should know. So we're appreciative of you to getting this out there and helping people. People like yourself that actually. So I don't want to swear, that care. I was going to say something else then, but people like yourself that care and want to get it out there and help people. You know, we can all make a living. We can all make a comfortable life by helping other people. And if everyone did that, imagine the world would live in. You know, we all have our own part to play, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the last one before Christmas, or have we got another one before Christmas?
Good question. I think we could maybe do another one before Christmas.
All right, that's good then.
Yeah. But I would just emphasize don't this Christmas promotion ends on the 27th of December. Don't leave it till the last minute.
Oh yeah,
Don't leave
please
it till 11:59 on the 26th or whatever. Get started, start inquiring now, and get comfortable with everything, and then you'll be ready to go and get some free metals. Get as much as you can, really. So yeah,
Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially while the ratio's so high at the minute. It's bombed back up again. It went down to about 80, and it's shot back up over the last week to 86, 87. So it's a perfect time for silver.
Yeah,
people are getting started.
Really is.
Silver it is. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks, boys. That was a great show. Thanks so much for
Great.
all your information and education.
We'll see you then.
No problem at all, Lee. You take care, mate.
Cheers.
See you later, boys.
Bye.
See you now.